All right, guys, we are back. Let's get this sunroof open. I think we'll vent it for now. Go ahead and put this in custom. The way I like my custom setup is transmission on sport, paddle shifters on, of course, traction on street, suspension on street because it's super comfortable, and steering on sport. I like it just a little bit more stiff. Go ahead and drop the windows. Go. I can say that I love the way this exhaust sounds. Borla did an amazing job. Those pops are nice. Dip right here, we gotta angle it so we don't scrape. Yeah, this exhaust is amazing. I know I made the right choice, 100%. You know, I did a lot of research into this exhaust, and I did a lot of research into this exhaust, and you know, there were a lot of exhaust options that I was considering. I know that the one most people will go with is just your standard run-of-the-mill muffler delete. Now, I touched on this in my previous video, but my issue with the muffler delete is it just kind of seemed like a cheat route, I guess you could say. But the problem with that is I just didn't think it sounded the way I wanted it to sound. You know, like, yes, it sounded louder, of course it did, but it didn't have the tone that I wanted it to have. It didn't have the tone I wanted it to have. It didn't have the depth I wanted it to have. Alright, now let's go ahead and close this up. It just didn't sound right, at least for me. And so I didn't want to do that. And then, you know, I also wanted to do quad tips, and there are some aftermarket exhaust options that offer quad tips, but I just kind of didn't like the way they sounded either. You know, I was considering, you know, some of the MagnaFlow options. I know one of the main contenders from MagnaFlow was the MagnaFlow X mod, and one of the big selling points for that exhaust is that it's modular, so you can kind of choose how you want the exhaust set up, and then they have the back off plates to where you can either route the gases through the muffler, or you can redirect them from the muffler, and essentially it's straight piped. But I just kind of didn't like the tone that it gave the 392. So then I was also exploring Corsa's exhausts, the Corsa Sport and the Corsa Extreme. Same thing, just kind of wasn't for me. And then another big contender that I was looking at was the AWE Touring non-resonated exhaust. I was really debating that one, but the more I listened to it and the more I thought about it, the more I was kind of like, you know what, I don't know. And then I started exploring Borla's options, and I landed on the ATAK. I started doing some research into it, how the exhaust is constructed. Like, this exhaust is made from T304 steel, I believe, and so it's a real sturdy construction. And then I was listening to some of the sound clips, and I was like, you know what, I think this is the one. I like how it keeps the same nature of the stock exhaust. It doesn't really change too much as far as the tone goes. Of course, this is louder, but as far as the tone goes, it doesn't make it raspy. It doesn't give it like a tin can echoey kind of sound. So I really liked how this one kept the tone. And then I really like how, like, on cold starts, they're, dare I say, a little brutal, but in a good way. And as you can hear, there is no drone whatsoever, which I really wanted. You know, whenever I had my SXT VAT, I straight piped. I know. And the drone was, in the beginning, I guess it was not bad. It was there. It was definitely there. But you kind of just learned to ignore it. But with this, I wanted to do it right. You know, like I said, I want this to be a very legitimate build. I don't want to cut any corners, and I wanted to do this right. So, as far as the exhaust goes, one of the things I wanted to hit on was I didn't want any drone. And so with the Borla ATAK, there's no drone. Another thing that I really wanted, like I addressed in my previous videos, I really wanted the quad tips. And the quad tips that are on right now are actually the same tips that I had on my SXT. I just bought another pair, and they welded right on. That's another thing I really wanted. If I went the muffler delete route, something would have had to been done with the resonators, just because they sit so close to the rear valence. You know, you probably have to relocate them, maybe have to cut the pipe and scooch it back a little bit, and even then it'd be a questionably tight fit. Or you would just have to remove them. And, you know, I did not want that at all. And so the good thing with the Borla ATAK is it doesn't come with any tips. So you're free to reuse the OE tips that come on the vehicle, or in my case, I went ahead and purchased the quad tips and had those put on instead, and it looks amazing. So all in all, I just could not be happier with how this turned out. The fit and finish of it is beautiful. It fit like a glove. Daniel at the 183 muffler shop, they had no issue installing it whatsoever, and it's nothing short of what I was expecting. The volume is just right. It's louder, definitely louder than stock, but it's not unbearably loud to where you're going to be pissing off your neighbors and getting noise complaints, and then you're going to end up getting a headache with it because it's just so dang loud. So loudness is perfect. It's definitely louder than stock, but not obnoxiously loud. Whenever you're driving, there's no drone, and I was able to install my quad tips. So as far as this exhaust goes, I could not have asked for anything better. guys are in the market for an exhaust for your Scat Pack, give the Borla ATAK a look. I don't think you'd be disappointed at all. Love this car. I've said it a million times and I'll say it a million more. I freaking love this car. And those pops. Pulling up to the barber shop, going to get my hair taken care of today. So we're gonna run in here real quick, and then I'll meet you guys back out here in just a minute. Got my hair looking real good. Kind of don't want to put the GoPro back on. I just don't want to mess up the art that he just did. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some shots from the camera to go ahead and close out the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to let me know with a big thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe for new videos every single week. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this exhaust. And until my next video, take care and be safe. Peace. I don't think the charger wants to play, guys. I don't think so. Let's see. I don't think the charger wants to play.